When I first saw the old lake mansion, it looked like something out of a forgotten dream. Tall white columns, broken windows that reflected the water like shattered glass, and ivy crawling up its walls like nature reclaiming what time had abandoned. I bought it on a whim, driven by a mix of nostalgia and curiosity. It had been sitting empty for over 20 years, and everyone in town whispered that it was cursed, that strange things happened to anyone who tried to bring it back to life. But I didn't care. I saw potential where others saw ruin. I planned to restore it, to turn it into a home again, a place that could breathe after decades of silence. When I returned a few months later with a renovation team, the air felt different. The lake was calm, too calm, as if holding its breath. As we drove up the hill, my heart stopped. Where the mansion once stood, there was nothing but a pile of rubble. The columns were gone, the grand staircase buried under debris, and the once beautiful archway that framed the view of the lake had been crushed to dust. I jumped out of the truck, furious and confused. A large metal sign stood in front of the ruins. Property condemned. HOA enforcement action. I couldn't believe it. The Homeowners Association, an entity I hadn't even heard from, had taken it upon themselves to demolish my property. I found the HOA president, a man named Gregory Walsh, sitting smugly in his office overlooking the same lake. When I confronted him, he didn't flinch. The structure was unsafe, he said coldly. We warned you. You didn't respond. But I never received a single notice. Later, I found out that the warnings were sent to an old address that hadn't been used in years. They had used that as justification to destroy something I owned, something I was trying to save. Standing in the ruins that evening, I felt a deep ache, not just for the mansion, but for the history lost with it. As the sun set over the water, I promised myself one thing. This wasn't over. I'd rebuild no matter how many walls they tore down. The HOA might have taken my mansion, but they'd underestimated my resolve. This lake had a story, and I wasn't going to let it end in silence.